All right, in the top left-hand side, we're going to have ourselves this best of 5 grand final, first of the year, WardiTV Mondays, edition 68. And our most winning player of all time in the Monday Cup is here to try and get it started in the right way in 2026. Representing Team Liquid, it is going to be Clem. He won the very first one on January 6th of 2025 as well. First of the year last year, he beat Hero in the finals. That was actually a funny stretch. Hero was in back-to-back-to-back finals, didn't win any of them. He won like 7 of the first 10 cups last year as well. Like I say, we'll see if he can do it today. And we've got a challenger, someone we have never seen in a Monday Cup finals. It is Trigger, and he will try and challenge Clem today in a series that is not historically great for him, but that's not going to stop him from trying. Alright, I lost my observers, so I'm going to have to jump on someone else's camera and hope that they observe instead. Beautiful. Pylon, gateway coming down. And what will Trigger try and do? I think if you're Trigger, you got to try and throw Clem off a little bit. A couple of sneaky things early, just try and, change the game from the typical kind of pacing, if you can, would be incredible. I don't think that's going to be easily done, but I think it would be pretty decently done if you can head in that kind of direction. We will see real soon. We will see real soon. STV chasing after the probe for a couple of seconds, putting some damage out already. And yeah, see where this is going to go to. Little probe getting nibbled at. Reaper is on the way. Is this the longest WardiTV Monday so far? No, we've had like a 5-hour Monday before. I guess maybe if it's a long final it could be, but it's not uncommon for us to go over 4 hours or to like 4.5 hours. Usually it does that when I actually need to like go and I plan something based on Monday Cups being like 3.5. Today's a bit longer as well because we made Solo Clem wait, right? So we actually made Solo Clem wait only a game, but like that's still like 15-minute difference on when one of the semifinals could have possibly started, because then we also jumped into the semifinal after that, so like we kind of like added like 15 minutes, I guess, today in a way. So yeah. It's all my fault, guys. It was all me. It was me. I will put my hands in the sky and admit it was me that did it. I am the problem. That will shoot. A couple of Marines are ready to jump into the bunker or so, I'd imagine. I'm just gonna see one Marine going down. Reaper and the Marine together. Just gonna come through. Adept will fall. Take that off. And yeah, we'll set this up for a couple moments here. Get this underway and see where things will go over the next moment or two. People are going to shoot. Adept will take some damage. The Adept shading across to the other side as well. Just trying to find as much as possible here for a little bit. And a little bit of damage will continue to come through. Nothing too crazy, though, for the grand scheme of things. Still got that blink and that warp gate coming up. The SCV and a couple of Marines will come by as well. So again, just trying to get that up on the go for the moment and see what happens. The Hellion and the Adept will clash horns for a couple of moments as well, so a little bit more action there just momentarily. You see the Adept hitting one more time onto the bunker. Just getting chased away. Blinking, the warp gate continue to come through momentarily. And yeah, we will see where we go with this in the next couple of moments, but overall it's going to be a Reaper and 2 Marines dead for 1 Adept. Not bad start of this trade from Trigger. This blink is continuing up right now. And that will be one of our next stages of this. A couple of SCVs and the Marines still coming through as well. And yeah, the barracks coming up as well, just for the moment. Get that set into place. Hellion obviously gets to see the Nexus coming down, so Clem just confirming some information here initially. Blink coming up. Next, and a couple of probes going through as well. Siege tank and the Marines building by. The couple of barracks continue to come up here. The Adept is going to be around as well. And the medevac is going to fly through. A couple of Widow Mines looking to unload and try and maybe get something done for a couple of moments. Couple shots coming off. Probe taking some damage. Just for the moment. Engineering Bay. Barracks continues to come through. Just going to see that Raven still coming about. Hellion trying to get in after the probes as well. Adept will chase. Hellion will take some shots already. Trigger going across the map, so looking to put a bit of value in himself in the next couple of moments, get something out of that initially. Stalkers will begin to fight and again look for a little bit more opportunity here. The charge continues to come through as well. So we bring that straight through for the moment. Just going to see Stim and Combat Shield building up from Clem, trying to get in with this medevac again, but cannot find too much value on that. Just for now, again, Stim Combat Shield and +1. All building through. This Widow Mine is going to get burrowed up. It's going to get in position. And it's going to fire. Nothing too crazy still, but still a couple of shots coming by. We do have the +1 on the charge coming up as well. Observer and a couple gates also building into play. I got those extra gates on. And we continue to look pretty reasonable right now as our Stalkers continue to go across the map. Stalkers get after the SCV. Bunker will take a few shots as well. We'll see the bio going to get there. The couple of Stalkers going to get chased away. Still got Stimpack Shield, Combat Shield, and the +1 upgrade all building through. So again, a lot of that coming up right off the bat. Again, +1 charge will build with a few Zealots coming up. And Gateways, Robo Bay coming through also, so a lot of that coming in on the line right now. Just going to see that bio able to push those Stalkers out of here for the moment. And the medevacs will load up and move out to the other side. A couple of these Stalkers still taking hits. Raven's going to end up going down, so the Stalker's able to knock the Raven out of the sky already. Pretty good starting point as now we continue to chase, and those Stalkers continue to take a bunch of damage. Clem trying to find a little bit more here. Trigger gets a few Zealots to show up, and they will force the Bio army back the other direction at least. So we will chase this back the other way. Bio retreats out of there. We see the Widow Mine just burrowing up as well. So again, get that settled in for the moment. We've seen the medevac very nearly going down, and he's able to lift up and retreat away with a couple of units at least, but still definitely not completely ideal overall. Now that medevac pulls away, extended thermal lance coming through, add the +2 attack upgrade on, put a Nexus into play there as well. Let's get the few Marauders that did escape from that previous attack home. I like that he prioritized saving the Marauders. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but if it was, then yes. You know, more expensive units, they're good to save. So, happy to see that. As a couple of Widow Mine shots go off onto a few of those Zealots initially. The tank doesn't even go down. We blink the Stalkers to try and get the tank. Actually works out for you as Trigger. That did not end up being disastrous, which honestly it probably could have been. Let's be realistic, you know, like there's a good chance that could have been a little bit disastrous, honestly. So yeah, don't hate seeing that. Just going to be seeing the rest of this bio coming back around as well. Moving through for the moment. But yeah, CV's going down, a few of those probes going down also. So again, a lot of that already coming into play at the moment here. And just going to see those Stalkers going to keep on putting some pressure through. Trying to find a little extra at the same time. And Marine Marauder coming up. I mean, a lot of probes and SCVs both going down. So like I say, a lot to kind of think on in that regard. Both players taking some pretty heavy hits in that situation. So it's going to come back over. A few shots coming through. Just going to see this Immortal in a little bit of trouble as well. That's also going to get picked off here right now. Io going to fight through those Zealots, and we'll get rid of the Prism too. So Trigger, I feel like, is losing just a little bit too much at the end of the day here. Just a little bit too much value being found for Clem. Just a little bit too much of a good trade here and a good trade there happening at this point. And you know, the supply definitely favoring Clem heavily. 40 army supply lead. We got our first Colossus kind of arriving too, which is nice and all, but it's only one, right? And there's just not enough damage to really chase you away. And Clem, low HP on these units, and the medevac's kind of drained of energy, but enough to stem forward and kill the Colossus. Trigger just had to abandon it with the Stalkers. And that's obviously not great because you're abandoning a tech unit that you probably really could have done with keeping a hold of, in all honesty. Let's go step up again. Just going to see a couple of Bayouns there immediately, just going to push that back. Stalkers, the Zealot taking some shots again, and we do see again Marine Marauder and Medevac just pumping on through. Concussive shells coming up from Clem as well. Going to add the Armory on. Add a few depots on as well, and we just have ourselves... yeah, the stuff and the armor upgrade going to be a part of this. Loving that at the moment. Bio going to hold out. Zealot Stalker again turned the other direction for a few moments as well, so a bit more damage in that regard. Again, concussive shells and the +2 attack. will also continue to come up just for now. The extra zealots all in production. They disrupt the building. Stalkers will blink forward. A Viking going down. A little bit Marine Marauder taking some hits here. Just going to see those Stalkers keep pushing through, and the Marauders keep on taking damage. So a bunch of shots going down. Wouldn't mind firing in toward the Stalkers. Not going to do too much in the end. Solid Stalker going to keep firing through. 12 SCVs going down, so a bunch of those SCVs dropping. A few Marines still stimming up. The cannon on the other side is going to fall. Trigger's attack is now turning into something beneficial for him. He's doing a lot of damage here. I mean, specifically just knocking through so many of these workers. Like, that's actually kind of crazy. And he's just on top of the army as well. And he's going to get Clem to say GG. Trigger is going to take the opening game. And he is going to start with a 1-0 lead in this best of 5. When you can just believe it's like... I really don't understand why people have such a difficult concept of believing that the stream is live. Have I done something to you guys to make you think that that we're not live most of the time? Like, what have I done? I casted that series from replays that time. That's it. We're forever rebroadcasting from here on out. Alright, CC. And the other left belonging to Clem. We'll see Trigger on the other side of the map as we get ready to go. In the next couple of moments, Refinery coming down, get set up here, see what we can do. Game 2 of this series. Clem is down a game then, so Clem down a game. Looking to bring it back. This isn't live. No, this is live. What are you guys on about? God damn it. I answered this question in the past. I mean, I have to answer it so often that the rebroadcast would also say I'm live. Yeah, I know. Like, there's a good chance, right? But, you know, that's the risk you have to take. On Mondays, we do it live. Thank you so much, Franz, for the 84-month resub. On the 48 in a row as well. 4 years in a row. Hell yeah, appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's 80, so that's 4 years in a row and 8 years in total. Jeez, that's crazy. No, it's not 8 years in total. It's 7 years in total, though, right? Yes, 7 years in total. I was looking at the 84 and the 48, the two ways around. I was like, that's so cool, but 48 is not actually half of 84. You wonder when I start joking these are replays? Honestly, at some point, I'm gonna do the WardiTV Monday Cup on a Tuesday and just tell you guys that all the players played on the Monday, you know? Yay. 84 is 48 backwards. Yeah, I know. And then for some reason I tried to do pretend that was a mathematic thing, which obviously it's just not. In case you were wondering. Probe going through. Take a couple of moments here as we get settled down, and yeah, Stargate coming up. The Adept coming through. Take a couple moments. Cyclone on the way up as well. A little bit of all of that just coming by for now. Get this set up, and early game looking pretty cozy as Trigger with that 1-0 lead. I want Trigger to win. I want the upset. I'm always cheering for the underdog in these scenarios, guys. Like, I always want the new winner, the new champion, right? Like, I absolutely want Trigger to win, and I will unbiasedly say that. Like, I mean, to me, it doesn't matter who wins. Like, you know, I have no pledge, but like, I think it's cool when new people win who haven't won before. You know, I always like it. Hey, Filmic Jr., thank you so much for the 34-month resub on the Prime as well. Thank you for the generosity. You guys being amazing today. The subs are pouring through non-stop, I feel like. It's, yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's non-stop subby-dubs. Subs here, there, and heckin' everywhere. Stem, Oracle, Warpgate coming through. Just going to see the Cyclone going to get across there for a couple of moments. Try and see what's up. Cyclone will just lock on. Just going to see that Oracle taking a little bit of damage. A few shots coming in initially. And yeah, Stem, Marines, the Twilight Council and so coming up and online as well. So a lot of that on the way through just for a moment here. Taking a couple seconds. just comes back around again. Twilight Council, those gates coming up as well. Stim back combat and +1. All of that coming through. All of that coming into play for these next couple of moments. A lot of those upgrades coming by then. Get that up and running. Just going to be seeing those few Marines going to get in after that Oracle as well. It's just going to chase that straight out of here. Push that away from any sort of meaningful position for the moment. And away we go. Yeah, Stimpack Combat and +1 all coming up. The gates coming around. Robo Facility building. Got the Oracle just zapping through for an SCV. Nice little play from Trigger. Utilizing this this forward Stargate just to try and get damage early. Doesn't really do too much, but not the end of the world. I mean, the Stargate's obviously nice later in the game with PVT2, but honestly, most of the time, it's late enough that's not going to affect you too much, so... Particularly Wardy and all of the players and casters conspire to always give us StarCraft on Mondays. Yes. I love how the Monday Cup is just a thing because that's when ESL made it a thing as well. Like, a Sunday Cup actually makes way more sense, but that's what ESL did originally, to be fair, too. But, obviously, the ESL Sunday Cups kept getting disrupted by other events, right? So then the Monday Cup became a thing. So actually, it is kind of smart that it's on a Monday, but it could honestly be any day of the week. Like, it's kind of nice that it's a Monday. The Monday is still kind of affected by events, because obviously you can still be affected by the, fact that it's, you know, if you're traveling home from an event, most people can't play on a Monday, so... I will clean up the Stargate on the map, and that will go down for now, so that is going to be a pick-off already. Monday Cups on any day of the week. I'm just saying Open Cups could be on any day of the week, you know? It just have to be the Monday Cup. Ay, ay, ay. Bio gathering. Just going to be seeing the rest of these units coming around. The few High Templars getting set there as well. So just getting that up and rolling for a moment or two. Get that in position. And see where things will go to. Again, the bio coming across. A couple of medevacs coming over. Just going to be seeing the bio coming over as well, as we do already take the pylon out there initially. Clem starting to be aggressive. Trigger taking the third on the goal. It's a bit of a risky play, but if you get away with it, that could be a big reward for you. There is one Tuesday Cup planned coming up, guys. Obviously, after Home Story Cup, everyone will be traveling home on the day. I have to take a longer flight home than usual, too. I have to actually transfer home, so... I'm not going to be here on the Monday, so... On the Monday after Home Story Cup will be a recovery day, and then on the Tuesday, we'll have the Monday Cup. I know. It's great, isn't it? Stalkers get underneath. The medevac will go down. Just going to see the Zealots chasing up. The bio units chasing through as well. It's just picking through that for a couple of moments. The Observer's sitting tight. And Nexus in that bottom left-hand corner as well. We just have a little bit of bio coming around. A few units transferring between the bases currently. Medevacs, Marines, and Ghosts coming through. We get a armor upgrade continue to build as well. Orbital Command, Widowmine, all coming up. Bringing that through. Get this underway. I love the I kind of love the goal base. We're getting away with it, man. Like, Trigger's gonna get in a good position with that. Bio to the bottom right side, trying to see a little bit of what's up. Trying to get something going. A few Marines getting underneath that Oracle. Gonna put some damage in already. And the Ghost coming through. The armor upgrade coming about as well. So we got a lot of that on the way. Bio just stepping over for now. Bring this straight through. I'll find the right side. Stalkers will actually chase away on that a little bit. Clean up the middle line, just clean out this watchtower in general. Trigger with two little different groups of units. He has to be careful. Army supplies are similar, but like groups of units like this, if this fight happens for you as Clem, that's lovely. And I mean, Trigger kind of thinks, oh god, this is bad, because he obviously realizes this is not good, and he will lose the Immortal, but only the Immortal is probably best case scenario there, but you can see he was like, oh crap. And he tried to save it for a second or two, and like right in there, they cost him even more in the end of the day. Fire coming around. We'll see with the ghosts up as well. This army gets more and more powerful, but that did not exactly stop Trigger. In that previous game, he was able to dual Clem into the later stages. Again, the rest of this bio gathers through just for a moment or so, so we get it all set up. We'll have ourselves the Zealot Stalker gathering as well, plus 2 attack cell chrono boosting on the Forge. And the ship weapons coming up as well right now. It's just getting that online. Bringing that straight through for the moment. So Stalker will gather up. You can see the Vikings taking a couple shots of damage as well. The Stalker's also taking some hits right there, so a little bit extra being done just for the moment here. So got him out coming around. Just gonna see the bio going to take a stem into this natural, gonna knock a pylon down immediately and take that out right away. Now just gonna continue straight through. This is big. It's gonna be the entire mineral line kind of getting cleaned up. 11 probes, some of them obviously managing to escape away just about in the end, so we do get some of those out of there, which is not so bad maybe. Just gonna see the bio still fighting, just gonna see the gateway setting up. Stalker's gonna get underneath and going after the medevac, so is able to chase that for a hot second. Just gonna see the rest of this army still showing up now down to the bottom left side, jumping onto this gold base. So the gold base is gonna end up taking some damage too, so that's gonna add up as well. And well, Trigger definitely losing supply. A couple nice storms here, and an Immortal for some reason on the wrong side of life in that fight as well. 5 probes going down, 1 probe going to pull over onto the Nexus there. The rest of the bio on the Ghost gathering. The Vikings joining. 2-2 upgrades about to finish from Clem. Is going to have himself an upgrade lead as well by an armor upgrade in the near future too. It's going to be another nice bonus on top of everything else at the moment. And extended thermal lance plus 2 armor continue to come by, and we have also the rest of this still coming up. For now, just going to be seeing the Zealot Stalker trying to push on through. The bio going to come back the other way. A couple storms coming down, keeping things away for now. Another Widowmine shot coming into play as well. I'm just trying to play cleanup wherever possible at the moment. All of those Zealots still falling. Bio still chasing. Bio is going for a real good chase across here, honestly. And, I mean, Trigger supply is down at 130, so it does feel like Clem is taking the edge in this game number 2. And Colossus trying to step to the front, trying to be active in the initial moments. So it's just going to try and show up and do its thing. We do see, again, the rest of that army all coming around as well. So, again, the rest of that moving through just for the moment here. Seeing what else might happen. The scan comes out. Too crazy. Again, the bio coming back over as well. Just going to be heading back down to the south side. Well, EMP comes down. Doesn't really find too much either just yet. Bio comes across. 3-3 upgrades coming through. Plus 2 ship weapons coming about as well. A couple of EMPs going down. The Stalker's getting hit and hit hard. I mean, Clem should have the army to kind of fight through this at this point, and he does look as though he's going to get himself a chance to chase on through. Templar gets picked off. I mean, Clem being pretty cautious about this overall situation, to be fair, right? Like, he's not rushing into anything. He's being very laid back about his approach to this, I would say. Like, he is just chilling here, and like I say, he's not pushing the issue too quickly or too soon or anything. Just happy to let this develop on in. This Colossus goes down. The rest of the bio will keep chasing, and that's going to be GG, says Trigger. He's just going to tap on out of there. He is done. He's had enough. And Clem will take it game 2, and we get tied up 1-1. In this bet. In the bottom right-hand side. Oh, look at that. We got ourselves the Terran play. It's Clem from Team Liquid. 1-1 tied up in this best of 3. Best of 5, sorry. Finals, of course. Get set and ready to go. Figure out what we want to do here over these next couple moments. Kick this off, get this started. Barracks is going to get placed down. CC setting up for a moment or two. Just going to see that refinery dropping down as well. So putting that straight into place just for the moment, like I say. Get this all setting up for the moment. So yeah, looking reasonable to begin with. And yeah, gateway, probe, assimilator, racks in the gas building. A lot of things just looking nice and cozy at the moment. Like I say, nothing too wild happening for the first few minutes. Cybercore starts, the orbital and the marine continuing up as well, so we just get that on the way right away here. Bring that straight up, and the SCV will nibble back on toward the probe. Just going to see the probe coming back over too. And yeah, we go back and forth a couple seconds, nothing, again, overly wild, just for now. Both players just in that initial setup phase of this game. Clem looking for his 22nd WardiTV Monday victory. Trigger looking for his very first. Again, WardiTV, 26 points on the line as well, which is kind of a cool new addition, guys. At this point, we do have the new year, the new WardiTV circuit, so players will be able to start earning points to qualify into WardiTV events. So, yeah, it's nice. Save yourself from playing some of those qualifiers, get the points, qualify in by playing. Always a plus. Wardy, I'd love to get the replay pack for this. How do you get it? Replays are available to subs, or if you're on Patreon users of $5 or more. The way replay packs work is that we do replay packs approximately once a month, and we just did do like a massive replay pack from like all the Christmas and December stuff that we did. So for these games specifically, these replays will be out in like probably a couple of weeks to subs/Patreon users. But if you became a sub or you became a Patreon user now, you would still get access to those previous replay packs as well. So we just don't do like super frequent replay pack updates. The only people that get those are people who like sponsor the tournaments and stuff. We have a special drive to give people super early access to people who are like sponsoring stuff. So them hacking YouTubers can't wait 2 days for their replays, man. Yeah. Clem with the pause. It's gonna take a moment as he says, Always good, isn't it, when okay, you have like Steel's like this felt like a my units are the wrong color or something, you know, like I really felt like it was gonna be something like along those lines, but not quite the case. Not quite the case, at least. Hey, thank you, Matthew Lefeb. I can't get the end of your name. Thank you so much for the sub. Replay packs on the Discord. If you !mark Discord, you connect your you need to connect your Discord to your you need to connect your Discord to the to Twitch, and it'll give you the subscriber channel, and you can access those. The last name is French. Ask Clem how to say it. Fluffaber. Yeah, okay, I'm not even gonna bother trying. I don't know why I even made the slightest of efforts there. Terrible idea. Literally just asking to get myself in trouble. Trying to create issues that did not need to exist, basically, is the TLDR on that one. Alright. Get this on the go, get this started off as we ready ourselves up, and just gonna be having that blink coming through. Next on the robo facility coming up as well, so let's bring a couple of these bits and pieces through for the moment. Marines in the tank coming out as well, so just bringing that straight through. Again, that blink coming up, robo facility on the way, Nexus halfway done right now as well, so a lot of that just coming straight into play currently. Cyclone going to try and lock on for the Stalker. And we actually see the medevac going to get targeted down, so Clem's a little push through. I mean, you lose the medevac quickly, the Cyclone Loses its lock-on, but an awkward position now because that Cyclone is obviously deep into your mineral line and you're trying to figure this out and trying to stop this from being a bigger factor. Stalkers have their blink blinking back. Need to get rid of that Cyclone. Realistically, we will get it. We blink away, so it's only Marines left. That should be pretty manageable for Trigger. But the Hurt Stalkers in the back. We lose one more probe. Don't let these probes go down. No need for these probes to get caught up. We lose one more, but it speeds up the defense, so hard to hate it, but I kind of do still. Realistically, kind of do still hate it a little bit, I guess. Siege tank still coming back around just for a moment then. Alright, so that will be kind of that for the moment, I guess, at least, but not ideal still. Let's just see the few stalkers gathering up. An observer going to pop out of that robo facility, so that's just going to come step across as well right away there. Raven on the way through too. And drop an auto turret in, and a couple of probes will begin to take some more damage. This is kind of wild. I mean, Clem loses everything. He killed 2 stalkers, 7 probes. Inefficient trade for Clem. He also stopped the mining on the natural for a serious amount of time, though. So that's also a pretty big deal. Tank shot good. Push the stalkers back. Auto turret back in. Love that. Again, just more mining time denial. Obviously, more workers actually killed. It's always just going to be beneficial to you, so that part continues to go well for the moment. You see again, Stimpack, Combat Shield, +1 all coming through. Medivacs and Marauders coming about as well. Charge and extend Thermal Lance. Prism in the gateway is also building here, so again, a lot of that continues just for the moment. Bringing that online for now. Continue to get this set up. Stalkers out to the right side. Again, Command Center going to move to the front, get onto that third base in the next few moments. Stimpack, Combat Shield, +1. All of that building straight through. Again, the extended Thermal Lance is about halfway done as well. Army gathers in the center. Just going to be seeing a few more Zealots. And warped in along with that. Now we do see the Prism. Just going to fly in overhead. Single Marine going to go stemming out to the left side. The few Marines stemming out over to the right onto this army in the next couple of moments. You'd imagine Clem wants to jump on this. Tank's not sieged, obviously. The Zealots are going to close the distance quickly. 1 or 2 tank shots only. A lot more Zealots showing up. And Clem moving out into that might be in some trouble. This Colossus is not taking any damage at all yet. We still have Zealots tanking, so Trigger feels pretty powerful right now. Do with another Zealot warp, in which this Prism I'm sure will try and set up for if it gets the chance. Love the auto turret in the back. We'll mess with the AI of the units a little bit to try and mess things up. Another one of mine going down. Also still going to be right there, just trying to get involved as well, trying to get a little bit more out of this. I mean, Trigger committing heavily in is going to get a little bit surrounded by reinforcements, and then the units from the top side going to get a warp in of Zealots in here though as well, and I think that's going to be enough for him to kind of hold on to this position. And that is going to be good enough. Trigger breaks through. That little army of units was just so powerful. Clem could not work through it at all. And Trigger, right hand side, we're going to start off with the red Terran player. This is going to be Team Liquid's Clem, and he's down a map. Our all-time winner, or the most winning player all-time of WardiTV Mondays, is down a map as he is trying to win this first of the year. Like I say, Clem has just not won a lot of these since like halfway through last year. He's won like 3 in the last 6 months, which is actually then really crazy when you stop to think about. So yeah, Clem has not been as dominant in this event as he once was. I was looking to rectify that at the start of 2026, but is so far being stopped from doing so. Some juicy drama, guys. Some juicy drama. See what happens. Barracks comes down, gateway comes up, and gets settled in for a couple of moments. Just to begin with, get this started and see where we can go. If you close your eyes during the ads, do I still get paid? Yeah, it's a great hack. People install this nonsense for ad blockers and stuff to not see ads and all of this and like shut their eyes. Sorry, not shut their eyes. Sorry, that was the secret tech. They pay for like Twitch subs and Twitch Turbo. But do you guys know that actually you can just not see ads by closing your eyes when they play? You might think it's going to cost me millions, but now you guys are going to just not see ads and not complain anymore. So it's going to save me so much sanity. Incredible. I love it. Real eyes, real eyes, real lies. Well, you got me there. You know what else you could do if you close your eyes? If you close your eyes, you can be like, Wardy, you didn't turn the game on. And then you can actually get mad at me for something that isn't really my fault, but you're the consumer, you're the customer, so you get to be annoyed because you're not actually getting to see the game. And it should be on me to do, just fix that for you, So... less about not seeing ads and more about seeing what's happening in the stream. I mean, the beautiful part is we run the ads over the very first minute of the game at most of the time. There's like once, maybe twice a month where ads play during a game, and it's when like we have lots of long games back to back and it's just unavoidable, so... Sometimes you might miss a proxy, to be fair. The best part is that I'm very uninteresting, so, when it's just me between the games, you guys really don't miss out on anything, You guys miss out on nothing at all. And we play the ads between the games that enough that we have no pre-rolls. So if you join the stream, unless there's an actual ad break running, that you're not going to kind of just get caught in ads while there's actual gameplay going on if you just join halfway through. So many benefits. Beautiful. You can also close our eyes and tell you that Protoss is broken. Wow. So then you don't even see that you balance wined. If nobody sees you balance wine because we all shut our eyes, did you actually balance wine? I think this is getting a little bit too philosophical for us, guys. I think we need to calm down a little bit, okay? Chill out. Chill out a little bit. Banshee Marine cloaking coming about. Do you see the siege tank building up? Pilot counts on robo facility. Just building through. Take a few moments to get set up here. Get ourselves settled on this one. Just gonna see a couple of stalkers going through. The Immortal's still building up. Hallucination gonna take a few more shots. Marines will get rid of that, so it will go down. Hallucination will fall. Just deny a little bit of info for the next couple moments. Sometimes the observer leaves something to be desired. That's why I don't observe myself. I literally only observe myself when there's no other choice, because I got so bored of people complaining about it. I now just shamelessly steal everyone else's camera. So if the observing's bad, it's not me. It's great. I get to do less. And if people complain, it's not my fault. It's huge. I really beat the system with this one. Means are going to deny the hallucination. We do have stim starting up from Clem. The couple of units from Trigger moving out over that bottom side, heading toward that third base initially. Against impact +1 coming through. The couple of Banshees on the way. They're going to come make their way across for a couple of moments. I'm just going to find themselves a little grab, so Banshees able to get some work done. Most of the Banshees together would like to get more than just, a sentry. And actually be able to get into, the mineral line and get some probes. I thought he might have had one on that third already, but he did not. So yeah, would be nice to get some probes, but so far no fortune there, and Trigger will keep Clem from finding too much value in the first few moments of this game. All those bio upgrades coming up though, so we're not far from seeing that phase of the game where things are going to get a whole lot tougher. Still good defense, pushing that back very comfortably so far. Immortal coming in from that other side. And we do have the Banshees going to make their reappearance down the bottom right-hand side as well. A couple of probes still coming into position there, so just moving straight through for the moment. A couple of units poking on the other side of the map. Stalkers trying to fight that bunker. Look at that. Look at that. You see what I did there? I just did the observing because the other observer wasn't doing it. You know? See? And now we're basically a tag team of observers, so we can never miss any action. It really is the dream scenario at this stage, I'm not going to lie. Actually dreaming. Alright. 8 probes end up going down, so we actually do take some damage here from Trigger in the end. He ends up taking a bunch of shots, and the Banshees do deliver. And Clem, I mean, what a great time to get rid of a bunch of probes, because he's now going to be set with the army, so as Trigger tries to rebuild, and is also trying to just set his army up kind of into strength at this point in time in general. Clem has just done enough to maybe get across the map and then deal some large damage as well, and really start to try and throw this game into his favor in the early stages. Getting that underway. Sentry comes in, Marine gets picked off, just going to see that concussive shell still coming through. The command center will land down on the right side. Going to drop onto the third base here. Again, +2 attack, extended thermal lance continue to come up. The additional probes coming in. Bit of bio pulls out to the left side as well to play cleanup. Armor upgrade, concussive shells continue to come by. Vikings and Marauders coming up as well. Orbital command, SCVs continue through just for the moment. That's Stalker's Sentry. Colossus will step through as well, just stepping up toward the top side of the map. Mothership is going to be a big one if it goes on long enough, but we'll see if that's the case. Trigger. I like Trigger being on the map because that's kind of what you're meant to be right now as the Protoss player, just on the map, being a little bit aggressive, trying to get a couple things done. Just poking, just don't really see any opportunity truly for them right now, so too surprising to see them not really getting very far, getting too involved, or getting much really achieved. So yeah, not a lot happening there. The Colossus is going to step back out for a couple moments again, just going to move back over here. Damn, +2 attack and the extended thermal lance still building in. Gonna get those couple of gates coming up, Temple Archives coming by. We'll just sit back and take a 4th base. Clem gonna get the Ghost Academy, 2nd starport. So he's gonna have all of his tech units available soon. Trigger will also opt to move into his secondary choice of splash damage, which is going to be moving from the Colossus into the Storm. So Storm will be on the way up as well, so we get that underway. So Storm starts, get that up and running. And we'll see the couple of probes still moving down on the bottom sides there, so still seeing what else is going on. I like the Storm. We'll see what else we can do with it next couple of moments. Try and get this set for now. Fire on the Vikings, the Medivacs coming through. It's just going to be moving across with those a couple of seconds. Again, the Storm coming up, +3 and +1 coming around. You have a couple Ghosts in the Vikings building into play as well. So again, a lot of that coming up right here. Figuring out just what maybe possibly comes in next. Zealot's going to start off by swiping away. A little bit of bio steps over to try and deal with said Zealots. Foundry Fortress is going to be there to fight back a little bit too. Just going to regather up a couple of those refineries. Going to morph straight into place. Let's get those into position. Again, the upgrades coming through. The 2-2 upgrades continue to come about. Hallucination still checking in at the front to see what else is going on. It's going to go down. Vikings and the bio units gathering together. And yeah, wondering what our next plan is going to be. The +3 attack, the Immortal on the way. +2 armor. I mean, upgrades are pretty good for Trigger. A little bit of a lead for him right now, even, so it's nice. Both players are going to be maxed out or close to it. Those are some good first couple of Storms. Obviously, Clem moves out them pretty quickly, so you don't take too much damage, but it does soften you up, and that's like an army that looks as though it's already stimmed a couple times, and it's yet to stim once. Okay, another nice storm down, so just chipping that army down a little bit. Colossus staying out of reach of those Vikings, trying to be careful not running into the siege tanks, but we're going to zone into a position where we can get onto the planetary fortress. These Storks need to do something about the Vikings right now. Vikings are going uncontested, so the Colossus is going to start going down now. We definitely need to try and finish off that planetary. Oh, Trigger, he loses everything. He just picked a fight he didn't need to pick. He was doing a great job with the storms, but when he committed onto the planetary, he's right-clicking the planetary, and then he's taking so much damage during that. And obviously the planetary doesn't die quickly because of the repair, so you're half dealing damage to the bio. It gives Clem a chance to get the Vikings on top of the Colossus. I liked what Trigger was doing in terms of zoning and positioning, but it went wrong very quickly there, plain and simple. You don't really get away with that, and obviously he hasn't done, because now Clem is maxed out and Trigger is super far down supply-wise. 10k to 5k resources lost. We want to look at the army graph on this one. Oh my god, if that was a roller coaster, it would not pass the health and safety checks. My goodness, that is absolutely brutal. That army drop-off. Yeah, I mean, he was terrible. He lost so much and killed barely anything. That is... I can't believe the graph was actually so brutal. Actually, I knew it was gonna be bad. I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. Like, holy! Why is Clem giving him time? Because Clem doesn't feel the need to go. Like, Clem at this point says, "Cool, I'm in a great position for the later game," and I think Clem's super confident later game. So he's just going to continue with his upgrades, continue to add more tech units on. He's building all the additional command centers so he can kind of play into a strong position in the future of this game as well. So I think it's very much so a case of Clem is just very confident later. He does not feel the need to rush across. And he obviously knows it was a good fight for him, but he may not realize that it was that good of a fight that he could probably just A-click across the map and win. So yeah, it might be just a little bit of a case of that where it's like, he knows it's good, but he doesn't realize it's that good. And plus the fact, combined with that, the fact that he just knows that if he lets this go longer, he's going to be very confident about playing it out and playing into a victory screen and into a game 5 for us. Purple facility chrono boosting, just going to be seeing the 3-3 upgrade still coming through there, so again, getting that out and about here right now. So let's Stalker, High Templar, Immortal. Just going to see the first EMP was great. It hit the High Templar as they came out of the prism. So that was a nice fast EMP from Clem, doing exactly what he wanted it to there. Shutting that down before we even really got it started. Now a couple of Zealots get onto the bunker here. Putting some damage out. Bunker will not die to the storm. But the SCVs can't repair it during the storm. As the Marines chase forward and try and clean up, but they get cleaned up by one more storm as well. So a little bit of a stormy couple of moments. Same again right there as now the Zealots and the High Templars and the Immortal continue to come through. Another storm coming straight down, and this army is going to have to get backed away. Trigger is actually going to do a good job of zoning Clem. Clem hits an EMP, but maybe a little bit late. That High Templar had already stormed. 3-3 upgrades continue to come about right now. The +2 ship weapons coming through. Libs and the Ghosts coming online as well. We've got a lot of Libs on the way as Clem looking to try and catch this army again. Clem is very confident because as long as he's keeping this 5th base alive, he knows his position in this game is pretty darn reasonable and that he's not feeling too rough. And honestly, as long as he doesn't eat too many storms, the army composition is pretty fine for him too. Like, it's very gateway heavy still on the side of Trigger. Double Prism is going to go down to these Vikings, which are pretty much the only thing the Vikings can really shoot at for now. You could maybe argue that as a slight issue for Clem here, is that he's very Viking heavy and there's not a lot of use for the Vikings just yet. Again, Stalker Immortal continue to gather about. Just going to see the bio continue to chase through. More shots coming around. Just going to be seeing the army continue to push in. Man, Trigger is making a pretty darn good go of this. Clem's army is weakening, but so is Trigger's. And Trigger has got a little bit of money to kind of build back in with, but not too much. I'll just keep chasing in. Those couple of mortals are going to get jumped on. And that's going to be the benefit from Clem at the end of this. He does chase that away. Resets a lot of this, but I don't know if he can really go across the map right now. This might be a moment where he actually just has to kind of stop and ready up for the next phase of this and just see what comes next, to be honest. A little bit of the Bio Ghost coming around, getting set up just for now. Just gonna see the Bio coming over. A couple of Vikings are gathering. Liberators on the way in. Little EMP on the recalling units there, so again, a little bit of pickoff being made already. The rest of the Bio coming back around. Just seeing the Colossus coming through and everything else getting set. Bio back on the top. Moving about here for a couple seconds, plus 3 ship weapons on the way. At that advanced ballistics on, the Liberator is going to make this so much tougher for Trigger. They're going to make this army of Clem that much better, quite frankly. So, yeah, that's definitely going to be one of his issues here. Is to see a little storm coming down, a couple of Vikings getting hit right there, but overall, still Clem just maxed out and Trigger trailing in comparison and having to try and play some catch up at this stage. I guess snipe off. A couple of these zealots do start to go down again. I mean, Trigger's going to be getting close to maxing out. I mean, look at the unit composition, though. It's 4 High Templar, 4 Colossus, and it's just Stalkers. There's not even that many Zealots right now. That's a Colossus that just walks in for a freebie, or it would have been if it went any further, or if Clem had turned any sooner. It's a good EMP there. That's 3 of the High Templar in the game just knocked out with no Storm Energy. That's going to make this a little bit more of a one-sided situation, absolutely no doubt. As we dive on in, the Liberators are siege. The Colossus at least can do a little bit of something for a while, but it's just not going to be that much, and it's not going to be forever. As Clem's army will wipe the majority of this. In fact, it's going to wipe everything. I thought maybe we were running out of steam there as Clem, but we do not. And Clem will take this game number 4. In the bottom right-hand side, bringing it back and bringing us to a Game 5 of the series. Our Red Terran player is going to be Team Liquid's Clem. In the top left is going to be our Blue Protoss from Basilisk. It's Trigger. Can he get the upset at the first Monday Cup of the year? Knock Clem down and take advantage of something that doesn't happen a lot. You do not make it to the finals a lot, right? I mean, we've just said it, right? But, you know, Trigger is first time in 68 cups in this finals. Can he capitalize on the situation? Like I said, Trigger doesn't play every week. I'd say he plays a good amount, right? I had to guess, I reckon Trigger maybe played in half of these cups. Maybe a little bit less than that. Especially some of the early ones maybe didn't play in, but he plays a fair amount. Like, he's not maybe like a third of the cups. Maybe he played in like 20 of these. So, like I say, this is not something which comes around every day, obviously. We're coming up this ramp, SCV building up that barracks, getting that up and online and into position just for the moment. Nibbles coming through. Probe gets turned back the other way again. The SCV going to step over there as well, so it's readying for that for a moment or two. And the couple of SCVs together will chase after the probe. And Nexus and the Cybercore both building at the same time. What they likely say is that Clem's TvP is better than his PvT. Do we think Clem should work on playing TvT? I think the problem with TvT is plain and simple. It's just not a matchup that suits Clem's playstyle. It doesn't let him be Clem. And he's much happier playing the PvT, right? So yeah. I think it's kind of a weird one, because it's like the thing is I can really understand why we didn't. I can really understand why we didn't, like, why we swapped as Clem, because TvT was always his weakest matchup, and TvT is such an awkward matchup too, because it's so hard to be dominant in TvT, and like I say, Clem loves to multitask and multi-prong and be aggressive and be everywhere, and TvT just shuts you off from being Clem. So yeah, it's an interesting one. Why hasn't Cyril been on the latest tournaments? Nothing, just no major event basically, so nothing for Cyril to really play in recently. There's the more or less the situation. Why are people using the word upset for unexpected results? Because if you upset somebody, it means to upset someone is to basically mean like you are the unexpected winner. Like it is just a phrase to if you upset someone in a matchup. It basically means the same. Like you were the unexpected winner and you came through. I don't know where it comes from, but at a completely random guess, I would imagine it's because if you're the underdog and you win, then the better player should be upset about it, right? Because because they were expecting to win, and then they're, oh gosh darn it, I didn't win what I was expected to. So upset the favorite. It comes from fighting. Yeah, I mean it's just upset. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it without using the word. It's just a way you can use the word. Upending the expected outcome. Yeah, it's just an upside. It's a weird one because I actually just don't know how to explain it better than just that, right? You guys are all explaining it with the word upset, but like the question was about the word upset, like why we use the word upset to say this. So it's like upset as in to turn something upside down. Really? Oh. Like I say, I have no idea, but there you go. TLDR, you can use upset in this way. Multi-meanings on the word. I'm just going to be seeing this Prism flying through. Yes, if he's going down, DTs are doing well. Obviously, the Raven being out is massive, because it means you don't need the scans to get rid of the DTs. So 7 SCVs going down to the Dark Templar. Only 2 DTs used. At the same time, we killed a few workers across the map as Clem. So Trigger comes out of this, what, like 46 to 37 workers, 9 worker lead. It's pretty reasonable for him, but obviously it comes at the cost of a later blink, and just everything else is delayed because you invested into Dark Templar early, which obviously means that you're, the case. We'll just see the little bit of bio gathering around there. DT's going to show back up over here. I mean, you can have a Raven, but you need other units to fight, and right now that DT is going to be able to get rid of... Oh, he just lose the Prism and he'll lose the Archon as well. That was very cool. So he got rid of the Siege Tank using the Prism to kind of help play, but the Order Turret and the damage output gets the Prism, which means the DTs are stuck. They try to Archon recall, but there's too much damage there. And that doesn't go the way he wanted it to as Trigger. I mean, still nice we got the tank, we got a few more SCVs, but now as Prism goes down, that removes the threat on the map for the foreseeable future, so it does obviously kind of suck in that regard as well. The meaning of upset is to force out of the usual upright, level, or proper position, or to overturn. Wow, well there you go. That makes sense. So then, you know, the upset is because you're knocking the favorite off because they're expected there. The usual scenario is that the favorite wins. So if the underdog wins, they upset the... Yeah, that makes sense. They knock off the guy that's meant to be in the next round. They move them from where they should be. Yeah, there you go. We did it, guys. We did a combination of thinking, guessing, and actually just looking up the answer. Great job. Proud of us all. That was really some teamwork. Yeah, a couple of Zealots and the Stalker's going to be good to play cleanup on this, but it's 4 probes going down. The bigger issue is that Clem is just stimming at the front. Trigger's nearby, but not near enough. First few shots have to go on clearing up the Order Turret. Wouldn't actually do a bit of friendly fire splash. Do we have the blink for the medevac? We do. Full medevac goes down. Trigger is going to knock away a lot of Clem's units. Warps it around his Zealots. Can he just go across the map? I want to say that he may be able to just go across the map right now. Honestly, like, it feels pretty good for him right here. I like this for Trigger at the moment. He's going. He is sending it. Let's see what he can do. Let's see if he can succeed on the other side. So you're going to be seeing the army. I mean, a couple Widow Mines at the front. If we can set those off effectively from Clem's point of view, then that would be amazing for Trigger. Blinks back. Both of them fire onto Stalkers that blink away. Though there's 2 new ones that just got burrowed. Zealots could tank those. And we do split the 2 Zealots targeted away. So all the Widow Mines now get cleaned up already. Going off to the sides, and Clem down a lot of supply. He's got a bunker to sit on. Trigger taking a fourth behind this. There's the Raven still alive on the other side of the map. Will apply some mild amount of pressure, but nothing too major in the grand scheme of things, considering that Trigger is right here looking to push through. Blinks in, gets the medevac again, knocking down some of the more important units for Clem. A DT just going to come into the front, force the scan, because at this point, obviously, you do not have the Raven at home. It's across the map, as we just saw, so you force that scan. That's going to be nice. The Immortal's still here. Good kind of power units. Wouldn't gets a Zealot as Trigger falls back, a little bit afraid of continuing to push in. I mean, he's doing the right thing at home. He's getting Zealots, he's getting Probes, he's getting the Nexus up as well. So he's getting himself into the next stage very nicely. DT harass just continuing. Because again, we're kind of limited on command centers because there's only 2 bases or two orbitals. The third CC is just now finishing. So the DTs right now are very frustrating when we've been obviously reliant on the Raven up until now. And now no missile turrets already, so you can see the issue. This Dark Templar is going to go down. But only after Trigger found a lot of value from this. However, Trigger in a bit of trouble here as Prism's out of position to save the Immortal. And the Immortal will get dropped. So at least Clem finding something over here. The couple of DTs are going to still keep on swinging through this. Bio coming back over Trigger. Currently sitting 142 supply to Clem's 120 on the verge of the upset. 38 meetings between these two players. And Trigger's only beaten Clem once. Prism is going to get the warping off. No target fire on the Prism. I didn't realize that. I thought he was hitting it as the Zealots here. I mean, we're getting rid of a couple of SCVs, but we need to maybe fight that army. What are the Zealots going to do? The Stalkers need to help because they are going to be a big part of the damage dealing in this. It's going to be enough. Trigger's going to get it done. We have an upset to start off 2026 on the WardiTV Mondays. For the second time in StarCraft 2 history, Trigger defeats Clem, and he will knock him out. Not just in our terms, ever. The Eligulac, when we looked it up at the start of the day, said Trigger 1, Clem 37. And Trigger today says no. That will not be the case, and he is going to win his first ever WardiTV